So what's going on, guys? This is Spartacus bringing a rain coming at you with a toy review on the Marvel Legends Homecoming tech suit Spider-Man. Of course, I'm really excited to finally have this figure in my collection, especially that I'm really excited the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. I am rooting for Tom Holland. I think he's playing a good Spider-Man on what I see from Civil War and the trailers we've been getting. But anyways, let's get into the packaging. First, we can get familiar with the figure. Of course, the figure is on window box display. On the right hand side, you get accessories. And the bottom of the box, you get the Spider-Man and Homecoming logo. And on top of the box, you get the Legend Series logo as well. And on top of the box, you get the Spider-Man logo as well. And the side of the box, you get the Tom Holland Spider-Man. And on the back of the box, you get the image of Spider-Man. On the bottom of the box, you get the image of all the figures of the wave. And on the side of the box, you get another Tom Holland image. So let's crack this bad boy up and let's look at the action figure. And now that we got this figure outside its packaging, my first initial thoughts about the figure is that when I took this figure out from the packaging, my mouth dropped with the amount of detail, sculpting of the figure, and the paint job on him. I am surprised on what Hasbro has given us, especially that I thought we were going to get a re-release from the Spider-Man from the Civil War pack. Anyways, I am happy to have this in my collection. Of course, we're going to take a look at his accessories first, and we'll take a look at Spider-Man. These are the accessories that comes with the action figure. He does come with one head sculpt, one whipping hands, one fisted hands, and one set of web wings. Of course, right off the bat, I do wish that we had wall crawling hands, but the figure does come with a good amount of accessories. But we'll take a look at his whipping hand, and then we'll take a look at the other accessories. So this is his whipping hands. I think Hasbro did a good job on them. There's a paint wash all around the hand. It's really nice. It makes it stand a little bit more. So I like the fact that they did that. Especially the sculpting on the figure and the line work all around him. It's really, really nice. Like I said, I just wish that we did have wall crawling hands. But it's not a really big complaint. But I do wish we did have that. And of course, how to peg the hand. You just really remove this. One of the hands from the peg. It's kind of a little bit tight at first. Well, this is actually the first time I actually take it out, so give me some time. And of course, just peg it down. And there you go. Looks really nice. This fisted hand, it's not too bad. I like it. I just don't like the fact that they added too much wash in the center of his fingers when he's doing the fist. Like, it's too black. Like, to me, I'm not sure if that's the same as your guys' figure, but anyways, I do like the fact that they did sculpted the line work on him. Like, it's nicely done. Nicely clean, too. And the wash is all around. Like, you see all this? Like, it's not too much of it, but I do think that is a little bit too much, too over-exaggerated. So this is his web wing. I think they did a good job on it. It's nice translucent. I like the fact that it's translucent. But the only really big complaint I have with this is that I wish it was a bit longer, because in the trailer it does look a little bit longer. And if you're trying to implement that, him jumping with the web wings, like hovering on top of the helicopter, like, it's gonna leave a little bit of gap if you stretch his arms a little bit longer. But that is nicely done. And there is a peg, and I will be showing you how to peg it. And how you peg the web wings, you just really have to find the peg hole in the bottom of his bicep and just line it up with the peg. It pegs nicely. Doesn't peg, like you see, if you stretch out his arm like in the trailer, it does leave a big gap, and you just really have to just implement it like that. Like, it looks nice, but it just wishes it was a little bit longer. And another thing, if you guys are trying to use the Spider-Woman web wings, they're a little bit too long. Like, the peg is a little bit too big, and it's a little bit longer, so it won't fit. Like, I'm going to show you right now in a little bit. Like, you see? Like, it's a little bit too big. Like, you cannot peg it. No matter how you try or anything like that, like, it's too big. Like, I'm putting in the wrong one, but it's a little bit too big. Like, it's not going to fit. So if you guys do have that idea of, like, trying to use this, it's not going to work. So this is other head sculpt. I think they did a good job on it as well. I can't really decide on which head sculpt I like the most. I like the other one a lot because I can implement effects on him to have that kind of effect, like his spider sense is going on. And this one looks like he's more serious Spider-Man. So I can't really decide on which head sculpt I like the most. And I do like the line work all around him and the wash that he has in his head. Like, it's nicely done as well. Like, I really like the sculpting, and they did a nice clean job on the eyes. Like, there's no sloppiness or anything, and that's what I was afraid of. And of course, how to put the head into Spider-Man. You just have to remove the other head sculpt from the figure, and you just really have to pick it down on the peg. It's tight at first, but it pegs nicely done. And I do like the proportions all around him. His head is not too big. It fits well with the body. It's nice. Like, I dig it. And of course, we took a look at all his accessories. Let's look at the action figure. And now that we took a look at all his accessories, let's look at the action figure. Of course, Hasbro did an amazing job with this figure. I wish Hasbro does more of this with their figures instead of giving us the same sculpting on figures. And this is the reason why. Because they did an amazing job, nicely proportioned into the body. Especially it's not too big, not too small. And I do dig it. I do wish that the line work went straight down around the figure, but that's just a little complaint of mine. It's nicely done. No paint splotches or anything like that. Especially, I like that they sculpted the spider symbol on his chest. Even the line work all around him is nicely done. No splotches, nothing like that. No mispainting or anything like that. And I do like the muscles all around him, like in the side of his body, like his six packs. Like, you could tell like if it was a suit. And I like the fact that they did that, and it's nicely done. And even in his belt piece, it's nicely sculpted as well. The only big complaint I really have is the bicep, especially the right one. Like, there's a gap between it. I'm not sure if it's in all the Spider-Mans, but this one has like a gap into it, and I'm afraid that it might break sooner or later. That's why I'm really like skeptical of not moving this bicep. Like, this one is nicely put, like there's no gap or anything, but in this side there's like a gap, and I noticed that right away when I got him in the package. That's really the biggest complaint I have with the figure. Also, his hands are nicely done. Nice work on them, especially his Spider Tech gadgets. It's nicely done as well. I can't really complain too much about him. And also his legs. And I don't know if you guys noticed, there is like some texture around the suit. It's like, can't explain it, but I hope you guys can see it in camera. Like, it's not smooth, but there is some texture all around it, and I like the fact that Hasbro did that. Of course, Spider-Man butt, his calves are nicely done as well. Even his boots, like, I like that. There's no spots, paint spots. Well, there is one right here, but it's not too bad. It's not really noticeable. I really can't really complain about this figure. And of course, he does have peg holes in the bottom of the feet. Like this is what I mean. Like, they did a little bit too much of the paint wash on some parts, but not parts where you're gonna notice it right away. But it's nicely done, and I do like the fact that they did a paint wash on the figure. It does stand out a lot. But anyways, let's continue on with the rest of the review. And now to get into articulation of the figure, it stands on a ball joint, so it can move up quite a bit, can move down, can swivel all around, can move his arms out, does have a bicep swivel, has double jointed elbows. I just wish it bent in a little bit more than that, but anyways, he does have a swivel on his wrist, does have a hinge on his wrist as well, can move down and up, does crunch in quite a bit, can crunch out quite a bit as well, can do the splits about that much, can kick out that much, can kick in that much. Does have a waist, so that's not bad, but you gotta break him in a little bit because it is stiff. Does have a thigh cut, so you can swivel all around. Does have double jointed knees, so that's not bad. He does bend them in quite a bit. His ankles can move up, down, and does have ankle pivot. And just for size comparison, we have the Marvel Legends Eating Pizza Spider-Man. And for figures that I already reviewed, Tombstone, Cosmic Spider-Man, the Homemade Suit Spider-Man, Beetle, and of course, Moon Knight. And if you could please check those reviews out. And for my final thoughts about this figure is that this figure is a nice figure to have in your collection, especially that Hasbro did an amazing job with him. I know I give Hasbro a lot of crap about some of their figures, but they should do more of this with some of their figures. Like, I like the paint job that they did. Nice clean paint job, nice sculpting on the figure, nice washing effect going on all around the figure. Like, I can't really complain nothing about this figure. It's just the bicep. It's just the only thing that kind of like aggravates me, that it looks like it might break sooner or later, but I'm going to try to be careful with this figure. But anyways, I hope you guys liked this review. If you could please like, comment, subscribe for more content coming your way. And as always, have a good one.